And the best way to truly feel free is behind the wheel of a Jeep SUV. Find out what true freedom feels like today with great deals during Jeep Freedom Days. And also brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. The New York City Vision Zero Initiative. Switch and save with Spectrum Mobile. Nationwide 5G included. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com. Foxwoods Resort Casino, the wonder of it all. The Global Lyme Alliance, striking out Lyme disease at GLA.org. Black Bear Deli Meats and Cheeses. Enjoy the old world style flavor. Visit blackbeardeli.com to find a local retailer near you. Your local tri-state area Audi dealer. Burden LLP Accountants and Advisors. The New York Lottery. 877 Cars for Kids. That's cars with a K. To donate your car today. Baker Tilly, now for tomorrow. Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the New York Yankees. Morningside Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. The Oderno Law Firm. Visit o2law.com. Hyundai and your local Hyundai dealers. And by Old Dominion Freight Line, the official freight carrier of the Yankees Radio Network.
And a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the south side of Chicago. Game 4 at Guaranteed Rate Field. Yankees trying to get back on their winning ways after the loss last night. And today's starting lineups are sponsored by Quilted Northern Ultra Soft and Strong Toilet Paper, premium comfort made sustainable. For the Yankees, 24-9, DJ LeMahieu leads off, and he is at second base. The number 2 hitter is the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Anthony Rizzo at first. He is batting third. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH, and he is the cleanup hitter. And today's cleanup hitter is brought to you by Winters Brothers, keeping Long Island clean and green. Visit wintersbros.com. Josh Donaldson at third. He is batting fifth. Joey Gallo's in left field and is the number 6 hitter. The number 7 hitter is the shortstop, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Jose Trevino behind the plate batting 8th, and Aaron Hicks is in center field. He is batting 9th. For Tony La Russa's 16-16 now, Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson is the shortstop, and he is leading off. The number 2 hitter is the first baseman. That's Andrew Vaughn. Louis Robert is the center fielder. He is batting third. Jose Abreu gets the half a day off. He is the cleanup hitter. A.J. Pollock in left. He is batting 5th. Leori Garcia at second, batting 6th. Adam Engel is the right fielder. He is batting 7th. The number 8 hitter is the catcher, Reese McGuire, and Josh Harrison is at third base today, and he is batting 9th. We'll be back with more after this. This is the New York Yankees Radio Network.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a fun outdoor space. Get cooking with our Charbroil Performance Black 4-burner gas grill at a special value. Was $249, now $199. And add a pop of color with our 2 for $16 select 1.5-gallon basic annuals hanging baskets. Make the most of spring and create a season full of happiness. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Annuals offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Valid 5/5 to 5/11.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
At Provident Bank, they realize that every stage in your business growth has its own set of challenges. And that's why no matter what stage or phase your business is in, they have products, services, and strategies to help you thrive. Manage your finances, cut costs, earn interest, and more. As experts in local decision-making and now $13 billion strong, they are the right-sized bank to get deals done. Official partner of the Yankees Radio Network. Learn more at provident.bank. Member FDIC.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
And back here in Chicago, the defensive alignment is sponsored by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. Bethpage Federal Credit Union offering great rates and low fees. Visit lovebethpage.com today. When the Yankees take their position in the field, in the bottom of the first, Gallo, Hicks, and Judge left to right near outfield. Donaldson at third. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at short. DJ LeMahieu is at second. Anthony Rizzo is at first. And today's starting battery is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Every battery for every need. On the mound, Nestor Cortez, 1-1, 1.41 ERA. Behind the plate is Jose Trevino. Now it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by Audi. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today. Can the Yankees solve Michael Kopech? He's got no record yet, but he's got a .93 ERA, 0.93 ERA. He's got a fastball that sits around 95, 96, but plays up. And he throws strikes. He didn't before, but can they wait him out? Can they try and get him? They're being very careful with him. He was in the bullpen last year, coming off some surgery from the year before, so they are careful with him. Can they get his pitch count up and get him out of the game? Can Nestor Cortez continue to flummox people on the mound? The umpire alignment is brought to you by your Acura dealers. Here come the umpires right now out of the tunnel. It will be Adam Beck behind the plate. Chris Guccione is at first. Mark Carlson is the second base umpire, and he is the crew chief. And Jordan Baker is the third base umpire. Today's national anthem, Salute to America, was performed by Miles Hayes. He's a local jazz musician around here, lounge singer, does a lot of Sinatra and those kinds of things. A very good performance. And it was brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, supporting America's heroes since 9/11. The game time temperature is brought to you by the Habitat wireless Wi-Fi thermostat. You made your apartment a home. We'll make your home your habitat. Visit habitattechnologies.com. It is overcast. We're going to have some showers off and on this afternoon. I don't think they're going to stop this game, but they are expecting showers. It's getting kind of dark right now. They're expecting them in a few minutes, but they're obviously going to try and play through this, or they wouldn't have taken the tarps off of the field. So it is 73 degrees and overcast as the lineups are being exchanged. There's Yankees and Chicago White Sox. We'll be back with the start of this afternoon's game after this. This is the New York Yankees Radio Network.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
In growing companies, there's two kinds of CFOs. The one overwhelmed with manual processes, errors, and lack of control of the numbers. And the one who uses NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. With visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/homerun for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/homerun.
Make this baseball season even more enjoyable with the Mike Francesa podcast and same-game parlays at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Create your perfect combination all season long as you bet on your favorite teams. Place your bets with Bet Rivers. Download the app or go to betrivers.com. Must be 21, playable in New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NY.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful outdoor space. Make it bloom with our select one-quart Tropic Escape Mandevilla, 2 for only $10. And make it comfy with our Seacrest 7-piece dining set at a special value. Was $768, now $668. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Plant offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, about 5/5 through 5/11.
And we're back here in Chicago, the south side, as the White Sox are starting to take their positions on the field. Here comes Michael Kopech. And And here come the fireworks. Fireworks today are gold and red and blue. They've been a different color every night. Thought I'd just throw that in for you. Yankees, if they win today, will win their 8th straight series. And that is no small feat. They still have the best record at 24-9. They're 17-3 in their last 20 games and 19-4 in their last 23 games. Still the best record in the major leagues. And win today marked just the 9th time in franchise history and the 3rd time in the last 64 years that the Yankees would have won 25 of their first 34 games in a season. And there are some pretty impressive years that have done that. 39, 28. They were 26-8 in 1998. And that's the one that we certainly look at, 1998. That was a remarkable season for the New York Yankees. Michael Kopech, 26-year-old. Fastball, slider, curve, and change, but mostly fastball and slider. And it's a different kind of slider. It's a strike. He throws a very tight slider. Obviously, if you remember, he came over from the Red Sox. Red Sox made him a first-round pick right out of high school from Mount Pleasant, Texas, and just a tremendous arm. And he and Yoan Moncada are here because Chris Sale is in Boston, and that trade looked one-sided at one point. It doesn't look so one-sided anymore. They've got a third baseman who's 24, 25, and Michael Kopech is just coming into his own now. He did have his Tommy John a couple of years ago. 26 years old. They're still careful with him. Last year they put him in the bullpen so he wouldn't overextend himself, but he's a good one. And so they've got Yoan Moncada and Michael Kopech, and Chris Sale actually hasn't really pitched in a couple of years. Fastball, slider you're going to be looking at mostly, and we are coming to you live from the Provident Bank broadcast booth, and as DJ LeMahieu steps up to the plate, stepping up to the microphone is the voice of the New York Yankees. Here is John Sterling.
Well, Susan, I thank you, and once again, good afternoon, everyone. The lights are on. It's slightly overcast, very sunny when we came out today, but now somewhat overcast. Temperature, what would you say, about 70?
73 degrees.
Well, that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I operate just from my own big mouth. I don't know anything. All right, here's DJ to lead it off against the hard-throwing Michael Kopech. And the right-hander's first pitch is a fastball strike. You know, we mention all the time about how well Montgomery has pitched and has a tough time getting a win, and Cortez. Well, Kopech has pitched great, and he has no wins. He has no wins and no losses, and a phenomenal ERA. Here is the 0-1 to LeMahieu, and he hits it foul, first base side out of play. I'm sure Susan told you all this. When your ERA is under a 1, I mean, how much better can you do? His ERA is 0.93. So let's round it off. He's giving up a run a game, and he has 30 strikeouts in 29 innings. Now here's the 0-2. DJ takes high. LeMahieu's at 281, 2 homers and 10 RBIs.
First pitch was 97 miles an hour. Remember, speed's great for pitching, not for driving. Vision Zero Initiative reminds you that speeding ruins lives, so slow down.
Now here's the 1-2 to LeMahieu. And the fastball's high. 2-2. And you know the old line about a guy with a fastball like that? Mm-hmm. It sounded high. They count 2-2. He's also given up just 15 hits in 29 innings, a little less than 5 hits per game. Hey, how much better can you be than that? So Kopech, the tall right-hander, ready to deal. And the pitch is grounded toward the middle. Anderson fields and throws to first. And there's one away.
Kopech is one of those guys, when I was talking to some of the White Sox today, John, they said, you know, if you can get him past the first inning, he's going to be a little amped up because it's the Yankees. And a lot of young, hard throwers are like that. And he's had some trouble in the first inning. An ERA of 0.93 couldn't have had too much trouble. But if he does give something up, it's then, because he gets very excited. And somebody said, now it's the Yankees, and he knows who's in this lineup.
Well, here is the most prominent member of the lineup, Aaron Judge. He's at 306, 12 homers, 27 RBIs. One little note as Kopech deals, and the pitch is inside. Susan, today, both Judge and Stanton are at 300 or above.
Well,
and they deserve it. They're getting a lot of base hits, not just home runs.
And that's the key, isn't it? Not all or nothing, and that's the difference in this team. It's not an all or nothing team anymore.
Well, absolutely. And there's the 1-0 to Judge. And there's a strike, a slider strike. And the count 1-1. Yankees trying to capture the series 3-1. They've won 2 out of 3. Yankees got a little bit of a break last night. Kopech ready to deal to Judge. Swung on and hit on one hop to second. The throw to first from Garcia's in time. They're 2-away. Well, that really sounded funny off the bat. I mean, he hit that about as fat as you could hit it.
And it is funny, that was a slider, so it sounded like he squared it up. Excuse me, but he didn't. And that's that slider that I was just talking about. It's a this is the boost for the ex-Cub, Anthony Rizzo. They love Anthony Rizzo personally, evidently, but it's that he played for the Cubs. That slider is actually a strike. How many people do we know that actually do that?
Yeah, usually righty to righty, the slider bends down and away, and guys chase. Rizzo's at 233, 9 homers, 23 RBIs, and he takes a strike. Last night, Toronto beat Tampa, so the Yankees still lead in the division by 5 on the loss side over Tampa and 7 over Toronto on the loss side. Rizzo, tall, strong lefty hitter, 3 infielders on the right side. As Kopech ready to deal. Swung on a high drive to left. Going back is Pollock, and he makes the catch. And the Yankees are down 1-2-3. Well, we played a half. Yankees nothing. White Sox coming to bat on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
At Provident Bank, they realize that every stage in your business growth has its own set of challenges. And that's why no matter what stage or phase your business is in, they have products, services, and strategies to help you thrive. Manage your finances, cut costs, earn interest, and more. As experts in local decision-making and now $13 billion strong, they are the right size bank to get deals done. Official partner of the Yankees radio network. Learn more at Provident.bank. Member FDIC.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a fun outdoor space. Get cooking with our Charbroil Performance Black 4-burner gas grill at a special value. Was $249, now $199. And add a pop of color with our 2 for $16 select 1.5-gallon basic annuals hanging baskets. Make the most of spring and create a season full of happiness. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Annuals offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Valid 5/5 through 5/11.
The Barnes firm reminds you this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees, may not be reproduced or transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Remember, if you're injured, one call to make. That's to the Barnes firm. Call 1-800-8-million for a free case evaluation.
Nestor Cortez on the hill, and his first pitch is a fastball high. Tim Anderson leads off. He's at 339, 4 homers and 12 RBIs. He scored the winning run last night, but more on that later in a couple innings from now. We'll see how Cortez pitches. They have 8 right-hand hitters. Only lefty hitter is the catcher, Reese McGuire. And Cortez deals, and it's fouled down the right field line out of play. And so the count 1-1 on Anderson.
Anderson, there are a lot of good hitters in the lineup. Abreu and Moncada and Robert, but Anderson's their best hitter, a former American League betting champion. He had stepped out, now back in again. And Cortez deals, half swing at a fastball up, 1-2. Cortez is 1-1 and a fabulous ERA, 1.41. 6 games and starts, 32 innings, 20 hits, 11 walks, and 42 strikeouts, almost a 4-to-1 ratio. He deals 1-2 to Anderson, now steps off, and Anderson steps out.
Well, there's going to be a little cat and mouse game because one of the White Sox know that Nestor likes to get in a rhythm and he likes to pitch quickly. Already we're seeing with Tim Anderson, they're not going to let that happen. Or they're going to try and stop it.
Here's the 1-2. And the fastball is high 2-inch. That was 93, which probably is hard as nasty Nestor throws. And the 2-2 way up high, another fastball, 3-2. Well, we came out today, it was really sunny and warm, and now the lights are on, and it's kind of gotten gray, a little cloudy.
We're going to have a little rain coming through.
The pitch is fouled back. On the count, holds 3-2.
One other thing about Nestor, you heard John give the stats, 11 walks and 42 strikeouts. Well, 8 of those 11 were in the last 2 games. He walked 4 at Toronto and then walked 4 against Texas. But before that, he'd only had 3 in 4 games, and 8 in the last 2.
Well, he certainly has been outstanding. Pitch is fouled back. And, you could say if you had to argue this, I don't know why you would, but he's probably been their best starting pitcher. Obviously, Cole's last 4 starts have been great. And Montgomery and Tyone don't do very much wrong.
Right. Well, if you take away Garrett Cole's first couple of starts, he's been better. But if you look at Nestor, the whole body of work, he has been the most consistent pitcher. The walks are a little troubling, 4 each in the last couple of starts.
Again, the 3-2, grounded to third. Donaldson to field and throw across, 1 away. Have you ever pondered how great whoever it was, Abner Doubleday, in making the bases that far apart? You get a ground ball like that, speedy guy like Anderson, but the throw beats him by a couple of steps.
It is interesting. I haven't pondered a lot lately, but I remember pondering. How did he come up with? I know there's a reason, and I've forgotten. How did he come up with the 60 feet 6 inches, etc.?
I have no idea. Even I wasn't around then. Andrew Vaughn takes a strike.
No, but it's written in a book. You don't have to.
Vaughn, 16 for 57, pitches low. Very strong right-hand hitter, 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Now here's the 1-1. He's playing first base today. Pitch is pop fouled out of play, and that gives Abreu the old half-day off. Jose in the lineup batting 4th, but he's DHing.
And all their hitters, talk about putting your good hitters together. The first 4, that's it. And Abreu has not been knocking the cover off the ball, but the first 3 hitters are good hitters.
1-2 is low. Inside, and the count 2-2 on Vaughn. We've just begun, bottom of the first, scoreless. And after today, the Yankees fly on to Baltimore. Pitch is a fastball inside. Throwing a lot of fastballs early. And the count 3-2 on Vaughn. The Yankees will play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings and Thursday afternoon in Baltimore. Pitch swung on, a high fly to left. Gallo now comes in. Maybe the wind caught it, and he makes the catch easily. And there were 2 away.
Well, before that fly out, I looked down and Nestor was laughing. And then I saw the pitch again, the replay of the pitch. He was laughing because it wasn't a strike. It couldn't have been more over the middle of the plate. And he was kind of smirking at it and laughing. And I said, what's he laughing at? And then they replayed, that's why. Called a ball.
The rookie umpire is Adam Beck behind home plate. 2 out, and here's Luis Robert, and he cuts and misses. Robert is at 296, 4 homers and 11 RBIs. The pitch is cut out and missed. That's a cutter. And you know how you can see that? It's tough to see the ball cut, but here's how you see it. The ball comes in, and then it ties him up inside. And that's a perfect lefty cutter to a righty hitter. Pitch is low. And the count 1-2. They will be honoring Mr. Cutter, Andy Pettit, sometime this summer.
I think he has his bubble hit, right? Next week or a couple of weeks, or is that Judge next week?
Judge, I think, against Detroit. Pitch swung on and line to right field. There's a base hit toward the line. Cut off by Judge, and he holds. Well, that's one thing I want to talk about, so let's talk about it now. It's a beautiful base hit for Robert. Last night, the winning base hit, Anderson is coming around. There's a ground ball that just escaped Rizzo's dive. Okay, so you know he's going to score. Judge picked up the ball, and he threw the ball to the chest of Trevino. What a throw. Now, Anderson was safe, but he wasn't safe by all that much. I thought he was going to be safe easily.
But don't forget that what Judge did on that almost the same kind of throw, made a throw and kept a runner at third base. It could have been worse.
I mean, he has some arm. He has good a right field arm, as you can see. Now, two-way, here is Abreu, and the pitch is inside 1-0. Abreu, mystifyingly, is at 203, 3 homers, 12 RBIs, and he's a really good hitter. It hasn't been this year, though. Cortez deals, and there's a strike. When Eloy Jimenez gets back, that is a group. Those top 5-6 hitters should be terrific. Which is why everybody picked the White Sox to win the Central.
Well, when he gets back and Moncada really gets going, he's only been back less than a week, Moncada.
Pitch is foul back. Yeah, that's quite a lineup, right? Robert and Moncada and Abreu and Anderson and Jimenez.
Yeah. It's a little short today, but... And also, don't forget about that, with Lance Lynn and Lucas Giolito not here. I mean, that's two of their top 2 starters aren't here.
Well, that's a big thing,
it's
certainly.
Big thing.
There's the 1-2. Cut out and missed fastball up. Isn't Cortez amazing?
Yeah. Got that to 93. Wow.
So, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. End of 1, no score. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a fun outdoor space. Get cooking with our Charbroil Performance Black 4-burner gas grill at a special value. Was $2.49, now $1.99. And add a pop of color with our 2 for $16 select 1.5-gallon basic annuals hanging baskets. Make the most of spring and create a season full of happiness. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Annuals offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, valid 5/5 to 5/11.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
Now here is Giancarlo to lead off the second inning. He is up to 300, right on the nose, with 10 homers and 31 RBIs. Now Judge has 2 more home runs, and Stanton has 4 more ribbies, and they're now both hitting 300. And the right-hander Kopech deals, And the pitch is low, 1-0.
Today's Yankees Radio Network Acme Markets home run payoff contestant is Megan W. from Peekskill. Megan will win a $100 Acme Markets gift card for every homer the Yanks hit in the second. Visit WFAN.com/Acme for a chance to hit it big this entire season.
And Kopech will deal 1-0. And the pitch fouled straight back by Stanton. You know, we repeat the same things, and I almost apologize for it, but we're on every single day for 4 hours. But anyway, the key is that we've said this, 10 times now. Stanton and Judge are simply better hitters than they've been. And here's the 1-1. And the pitch, a strike, fastball strike. It isn't that they've lost power. They're hitting with as much power as ever, but they're also getting base hits. And a lot of base hits to right field. Now here's the 1-2 to Stanton. And the pitch swung on and hit in the air to right field. Angled back on the track. He makes the catch. Stanton didn't miss by much. He's hit a bunch to right field. Almost. And there's one away.
And those are the kinds of things that Stanton, he'll get a lot of hits with those. He'll get a lot of doubles with those because the pitch is on the outside. And he's got such a short swing. He just has to reach for the ball. And if it hits it, it's going to go a long way.
Well, here's Donaldson. Under my jacket today on this road trip, I wore a sweater, and Susan just put on her jacket. Yeah. Actually, what was been a very warm bunch of days in Chicago, of all places. Now it's getting a little cooler. I hear Donaldson, and the pitch is cut on, foul tipped at home plate. Donaldson's at .234, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Look, everything has gone so perfect for the Yanks, but they'll be even better when Torres and Donaldson really start hitting, and you know what? They will. They're getting big hits now, but at some point they're going to start hitting more consistently, let's say. Well, here's the 0-1 to the right-hand hitter, and he leans away from a high fastball, 1-1.
A lot of Donaldson's hits are line drives right at somebody. And when that starts to happen, good things are going to happen. So he's just, you can't aim it. But he's not turning the wrists over. He's not little ground balls. Most of the time he's hitting line shots at somebody.
Now here's the 1-1. And the pitch inside. He has to jump out of the way. I was thinking about Kopech last night. If you stand in against him, boy, you better have good odds. Now, obviously, a lot of guys. Hendricks last night was throwing 98. Yankees had really an exciting rally to tie that game, and they lost in the ninth. There's a 2-1. And the pitch high, 3-1.
And, Liam Hendricks last night was the exact opposite. Remember, every time I say eventually guys will catch up to a fastball, he threw nothing but four-seamers. And it didn't matter whether it was 98 or 99. Eventually, major league hitters will catch up with it.
Now here's the 3-1. Swung on, a high pop in shallow left. Anderson out near the line. In back of him coming in is Pollock, and he makes the catch. And there are two away. Oh, two down. Here's Joey Gallo. Gallo's at 198, 4 homers and 5 RBIs. I wanted to touch on one thing, and I'll do it with Susan. Last night, when the Yankees had the tying run at third, I thought they would put up Marwin Gonzalez, switch hitter against Hendricks, left-hand hitter, put the bat on the ball, get the run in. And Boone stuck with Higashioka. And that was somewhat bad to hit that sac fly.
He did indeed, and that's one. It's a confidence booster, and two, he does have power.
The pitch to Gallo is foul back. Oh, there's no question he has power. It hasn't happened yet, but it will during the season. But that was a tough guy to hit a sac fly against. He's striking out everyone else.
It certainly was, and it was a really good at bat. And I see people going up the aisle, so it must be raining. Oh, there's a couple of umbrellas, and a woman sitting with a towel over her head. So. It's a light drizzle. The towel was the giveaway. Do you think she brought a towel?
The pitch to Gallo is high, and the count 1-1.
This light run, it's imperceptible. Now I see it, but it's they can play through this.
2 outs, no one on. We're in the bottom of the second. And the 1-1. And Joey takes inside. And then the count 2-1.
Wait, is this a contrast in styles? You know, the number 1 pick out of high school, Michael Kopech, and Nestor Cortez, who's late 30s, round pick, bounced around back and forth, just making it now.
It's an entirely different way to the big leagues. And there's a 2-1 to Joey. And there's a strike right at the knees on the outside corner. 3 infielders on the right side, as always for Gallo, but no 4 outfielders, just the standard 3. And here's the 2-2 from Kopech. And the pitch low outside, 3-2. On deck, kind of Falefa if Gallo would reach. That'll be a 3-2. And the right-hander at the belt. Here's the payoff. It's low ball 4, so Gallo draws a walk, and with 2 outs, here is kind of Falefa. That's the Yankees' first base runner.
And Gallo has been doing that. You know,
it is raining a little bit. You know why I say that? Because I see it in my little booth here. A couple of little sprinkles.
I'm going to borrow that woman's towel.
And that was the first walk of the game, brought to you by Route 22 Toyota. Who asked why walk when you could be driving a new Toyota? Call 973-221. Pitch outside, 2525. Or visit Route22Toyota.com today.
And it was 74 degrees when I gave the weather during pregame. It's now 70. It says expect light rain for the next hour.
Kind of Falefa at 278, no homers, 8 RBIs, right-hand hitter. Gallo a short lead off first. And the pitch is line, base hit, left center field. Gallo to second, and he holds on as Pollock fields quickly. Kind of Falefa had been in a little bit of a slump, and you can tell he's getting out of it. You know, that's happened in baseball forever. You play every single day. You go into slumps, you get out of them, you go into slumps.
And then for 100 years, everybody has said to the person involved, well, what's different? How did you get out of it? And they'd say, if I knew, I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone into it. Well, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here is Trevino. There is a reason the White Sox are doing it, too, to put the better hitter ninth. And Aaron Hicks is on deck. And I'll give you the reason. I'm sure you can figure it out. First and second, 2 out. And Trevino takes low outside. It is the bottom of the order. But let's say Hicks, who does walk a lot, gets on. He's like leadoff man 1A. Leadoff man 1 is LeMahieu, and after that are the big guys. So that's why Hicks is hitting ninth. The same thing in the White Sox batting order. Runners lead at first and second with 2 men out. Here's the 1-0. Trevino, a right-hand hitter, and the pitch is high. Jose is 8 for 45, no homers and 3 RBIs. And I know it sounds like some cloying comment, but Trevino and Higashioka have done their job. Do they not hit? No. But they are tremendous behind the plate, and there's a reason.
Yep.
The pitch. Swung on a high pop foul, third base out of play. There's a reason why the Yankees have such a spectacular ERA. Well, one is that they're good pitchers, but the 2 catchers are involved as well.
And it really is. And I keep saying to people, say, well, they can't hit. If you have to depend on those guys who are actually almost one person, if you have to depend on those guys to hit for a high average and do a lot of things, you're in trouble. Their job is to catch and to handle the pitching staff, and they're doing it brilliantly.
It'll be a 2-1 to Trevino. And the pitch is low outside. That was a breaking ball. And so the count 3-1. Well, one more bad one, they'd be loaded up. And then Aaron Hicks will hit with the bases jammed.
And they're doing exactly what Aaron Boone said they were going to do, try and work the count, which they have.
Now here comes the 3-1. And the pitch high outside, didn't come close. So walk, single, and walk with 2 outs. And Gallo is at third. Kiner-Falefa is at second. Trevino's at first. Here is Aaron Hicks. But first, Ethan Katz makes one of his 100 trips to the mound.
Have we seen? I don't think we've seen a pitching coach be out as much as Ethan Katz. And it's tough. We've seen a lot. Whoop. And do you know what that is? It's a consultation on the mound, and it's brought to you by the Barnes Firm Injury Attorneys. Call them today for a free consultation at 1-800-8-MILLION. No one will ever beat Jim Hickey for when the Rays were not good. Jim Hickey, 120, he ran all the time, 120 mound visits a day. He's probably one of the reasons that you can only go out 6 times. Remember that? Here comes Jim Hickey on the run. Right.
Well, I also remember singing to Here Comes Summer, Here Comes Tremblay.
Tremblay, right. Dave Tremblay was out taking out pitchers right after left, right after righty, lefty, right, and they were all coming out. Yeah.
Well, here's Aaron Hicks. He's at 217. A homer, 6 RBIs, bases loaded, 2 out. 3 infielders on the right side, and the pitch is high. You know, one thing, 3 infielders on the right side, I know they have charts. Okay, I'll give you that. But this guy throws so hard, you assume that someone will swing late, and he swings late and hits a ground ball to the left side. It's through, or a line drive to the left side. And be a 1-0 to Hicks. And the pitch high, 2-0. Isn't that amazing about Kopech? He retired the first 5 guys. You didn't even think about it, including the big hitters. Since then, walk, single, walk. He's behind Hicks, 2-0.
How many times have we seen that 2-out rallies by this team?
A lot. That is true. A lot.
That's why you win a lot of games.
Now, here's the 2-0 to Hicks. And the pitch, a strike on the inside corner. And the count 2-1. That was close.
Really? It's odd.
Didn't look it from here, did it?
No, it sure didn't. Not a great track record with the bases loaded. Hits 127 in his career.
Ooh. Now here's the 2-1. And the pitch is fouled back. So the count 2-2. Gallo at third. Kiner-Falefa at second. Trevino at first. There are 2 outs, and there is no score. We're in the top of the second inning.
Fans standing with the clapping with the 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Hicks backs out. Now the 2-2. Foul straight back. Hey, Hicks had a great swing at a 96-mile-an-hour heater. Fouled it straight back.
And talking to some of the White Sox people, he doesn't go a lot harder than 95, 96, but there's something about that ball that gets on you. He said very similar to the way Liam Hendrick's 99-mile-an-hour fastball gets on you.
Once again, the 2-2 to Hicks. Pitch is high, 3-2. The crowd is booing because they asked the third base umpire, Jordan Baker, if it was a strike. It wasn't near a swing, but they're trying. So 3-2 on Hicks. Ball 4 means a run. Runners getting ready to run. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch is high, ball 4. And just like that, the Yankees take a 1-0 lead, and it wasn't close. It was way upstairs.
And that's what Aaron Hicks is. He has not been hitting the way that he wants to hit and the way he is capable of, but he certainly is walking. He certainly has that eye, and he used it to his advantage in that at bat.
I might add, he's not hitting the way the Yankees want him to hit as well.
I know.
But his on base is let's say over 350, 360 is very good. But here's LeMahieu. Yanks with a 1-0 lead. Hicks gets his 7th RBI. LeMahieu grounded as short his first time. No shift on LeMahieu. He hits the ball everywhere. Infield straightaway, outfield straightaway pitch. Is high over his head. 1-0. Good catch by McGuire. To tell you about LeMahieu, the shortstop Anderson against a right-hand hitter is playing the way you would for a left-hand hitter. He's playing almost towards second base. And the 1-0 is high 2-0.
And he's not close. You don't even have to think about this.
So 2-0 on LeMahieu. And DJ in this situation, he's a great hitter. He knows what he's doing. He should look for a pitch. Kopech has to throw a strike. Here's the 2-0. Inside, it almost hit him. 3-0.
Isn't this amazing how it can change from one inning to the next? And he gets the first three in the first inning, gets the Stanton and Donaldson relatively easily, and now can't find the plate.
And one thing, I heard this when I was a little boy, and I still believe it. I'll tell you right after this pitch. It'll be a 3-0, and there's a strike. And that is that you should really take, because he's not going to throw 3 strikes in a row. That's a thought. Anyway, 3-1. LeMahieu's got to be ready to swing if it's a hittable pitch. Outfield straightaway, infield straightaway, bases loaded, 2 out, 1 in, and the 3-1. It's hit him, almost hit him. He shrugged out of the way at the last minute. Another bases loaded walk. 4 walks. And the Yankees have a 2-0 lead, and here's Judge. Well, this is a big bat in the game because he could open it up.
Can you think of a more helpless feeling than to all of a sudden be on the mound by yourself and not be able to find the plate?
4 walks surrounded by 1 single gives the Yanks a 1-0 lead.
And all with 2 outs.
Well, here's Judge. 3 infielders on the left side. And the pitch gets away from McGuire. Here comes another run. So Trevino scores, and the Yankees now take a 3-0 lead with Hicks at third, and now LeMahieu at second.
Oh, my. Well, take a look at this again.
No, that's a breaking ball.
A breaking ball, and it bounced and off of the back of McGuire's glove. Obviously a wild pitch. Holy moly.
So second and third, 2 out, and 3 in, and the Yanks, frankly, haven't done anything but take pitches. The pitch to Judge. There's a strike. And the count 1-1. Now the runners are Hicks at third and LeMahieu at second. 3-0 Yanks on all these walks and a wild pitch. Judge takes a bouncer in the dirt, blocked by McGuire, and the count 2-1.
Breaking out the curveball. He's done 2 of them in this at bat.
They now do start the bullpen. How do you figure this? Walk, single, walk, and a wild pitch. And the Yanks have 3 runs in on 1 little old single.
And that's Ryan Burr up in the White Sox bullpen.
The pitch, Judge takes outside, and the count 3-1.
And really not close. You don't even have to think about these.
So 3-1. Now Judge should be swinging if it's a cookie, but if not, he should let it go by. The chances are it'd be ball 4. Now here comes the 3-1, and the pitch, a strike, and the count 3-2. Judge was headed toward first, but I think it was a strike. Anyway, 3-2.
And the last 2 pitches, the going back to the 4-seamer, that's the problem when you don't have a second pitch.
So the runners will stay put. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the 3-2. It's fouled at home plate. Then we'll have another 3-2.
Took a very healthy swing.
Do you know that Kopech, I just looked up, do you know that Kopech has thrown 51 pitches?
Well,
I tell you, he can't figure anything out in baseball. This guy came in with an ERA of 0.93. Zero. Can you imagine? And he's down 3-0, and the Yanks have one single. So it'll be a 3-2 again to Judge. And the payoff. Hit on the ground to third. Dug out by Harrison. Throws to first to end the inning. Well, quite an inning for the Yanks. They get 3 runs on 1 hit and leave 2 at the end of an inning and a half. 3-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful outdoor space. Make it bloom with our select 1-quart Tropic Escape Mandevilla, 2 for only $10. And make it comfy with our Seacrest 7-piece dining set at a special value. Was $768, now $668. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Plant offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, about 5/5 through 5/11.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
In growing companies, there's 2 kinds of CFOs. The one overwhelmed with manual processes, errors, and lack of control of the numbers. And the one who uses NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. With visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't, don't. Head to netsuite.com/homerun for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/homerun.
Well, the Yankees take their 3-0 lead into the second inning. Nestor Cortes, who hasn't had a lot of run support, now has 3 runs with which to work. Here's A.J. Pollock, and he takes a pitch high. Pollock is hitting 200 on the nose with a homer and 8 RBIs.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Food Bazaar Supermarket, feeding your way of life. Visit foodbazaar.com for store locations.
There's a strike.
Okay, what do we have here? Detroit has a 3-0 lead over Baltimore. They're in the top of the 4th. Miguel Cabrera, homer number 3. Tyler Wells against Tarek Skubal.
1-1 is hit foul hard down the left field line, but way foul. And the count 1-2.
No score in Tampa Bay. Toronto is in. It's Alek Manoah against Jeffrey Springs. And outfielder Manny Margot placed on the 10-day injured list with a right hamstring strain. Minnesota takes a 1-0 lead over Cleveland. Top of the 3rd, Tristan McKenzie against Joe Ryan.
The pitch to Pollock struck him out swinging, high fastball in. And the count 0-1. A count 0-1. Then there's 1 out.
No score. Boston's in to play. Boston's in Texas to play the Rangers. Then top of the 1st, it just started. Austin Davis for the Red Sox. Martin Perez now back with Texas. He was with Boston last couple of years. Angels and Oakland will be later. Patrick Sandoval against Frankie Montas. In the National League, all tied up 3 apiece. San Diego at Atlanta, top of the 11th. So 3-3 is there in the 11th.
The pitch there is a strike. This is Leori Garcia, switch hitting second baseman outfielder and playing second today. He's at 205, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. And the pitch is outside corner. There's a breaking ball. A backdoor breaking ball hit the outside corner, and the count 0-2.
Houston at Washington, no score, bottom of the fourth. Justin Verlander against Patrick Corbin. Good one there.
There's the 0-2. Swung on in line to center field. Charging is Hicks. And he makes the catch. That ball was hit right on the nose. 2-way.
And Seattle has taken a 4-1 lead over the Mets as ex-Yankee Mike Ford, now back with Seattle. 2-run single in the fourth inning. Probably got the whole state of New Jersey is probably at Citi Field.
I knew that he went to Seattle. I didn't know he was playing. Well, now there's a Ford in Seattle's future. Good,
Right.
good for him.
Frankie Lindor has his 6th homer for the Mets.
Now 2 down. Here's Adam Engel. And there's a breaking ball strike. Engel is hitting .224 in 67 at-bats. No homers and an RBIs. Without Jimenez, pitch is high. This line, and Moncada is not playing. This lineup would be a lot longer. As Susan said, a little short after you get past Abreu. It'll be a 1-1. But the pitch is hit high in the air to left. Cutting toward the line is Gallo. But he makes the catch. You know what I think of all the time, Susan, when Cortez pitches like this? The fact that he's told you and told, in effect, the public, I always believed I'd get people out.
Yep.
And he gets people out.
He always has it. It's not easy when you're just shunted around year after year after year. And I know that he said he was going to quit at one point. He was thinking about it, and then his dad said no, he didn't.
Well, his days of being shunted are over.
Yep.
He's now a proud member of the Yankee rotation. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 2, 3-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a fun outdoor space. Get cooking with our Charbroil Performance Black 4-burner gas grill at a special value. Was $2.49, now $1.99. And add a pop of color with our 2 for $16 select 1.5-gallon basic annuals hanging baskets. Make the most of spring and create a season full of happiness. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Annuals offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, valid 5/5 to 5/11.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Click to try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
The third inning brought to you by Spectrum Mobile. Switch and save with Spectrum Mobile. Nationwide 5G included. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com. Anthony Rizzo leads off the third for the Yanks and takes a strike from Kopech. Kopech walked 4 men last inning, and along with a single and a wild pitch, the Yankees netted 3 runs. Kopech, here in the top of the third inning, will throw his 54th pitch. 3 infielders on the right side. And the right-hander deals. Caught on in this. And the count 0-2.
Injury report brought to you by Rothman Orthopedics. To learn more, to go to RothmanNY.com. Once again, their top 2 starters are out. Lance Lynn had a hamstring, like a tendon in the back of his knee, had surgery on it. He should be back in June. Lucas Giolito out with COVID.
0-2 high, 1-2.
Michael Kopech always talked about, he grew up in Texas, and from the time they were little boys, he pitched against a young kid who went to a different school district, but they always pitched against each other. That kid's name was Patrick Mahomes. And Kopech talked about the time there were 60 or 70 scouts to see the two of them in high school, all the way up.
Now, there is the pitch to Rizzo High. I read that. I forget where I read it, and Mahomes beat him in a game. Yes. Mahomes was a big pitching prodigy. He's done fine.
Yeah. Well, Michael says he's a baseball player who happens to be playing football.
And he's in Kansas City and has a nice contract, I'd say.
Nice life.
The
nice
2-2
life.
Is a half swing at a breaking ball. He did go. That was in the dirt. Rizzo didn't think so and reluctantly leaves the box. Now there's one away. That is Kopech's first strikeout, and it came on a breaking ball. A breaking ball in the dirt, no less.
Wasn't expecting it.
Well, here is Giancarlo, who fly to right his first time.
How about that first strikeout, man?
And the pitch is line right to short. Right to Anderson, two-way. Yeah, he has one strikeout.
Yeah, amazing.
And it came, as I mentioned, it came on a breaking ball.
Yeah, how do you explain this? Now, 2 quick outs. Well, I had 2 quick outs last inning, too.
Yeah. Oh, two-way, and here's Donaldson. If you just tuned in, with 2 outs no one on last inning, the second inning, Gallo walked, kind of Falefa singled, Trevino walked, Hicks walked to force in a run, and Donaldson pops it foul. LeMahieu walked to force in a second run, and then when Judge was up, a wild pitch made it 3-0. That's the Yankees will take it. You know, they don't care how they score the runs. Just want to score the runs. Now 0-1 on Donaldson with 2 outs, no one on. And Kopech deals, and there's a breaking ball low. See the pros see. New York Presbyterian, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Stay amazing, New York Presbyterian. It'll be a 1-1. And the right-hander deals, and the pitch low outside. That was his slider. That, count 2-1.
That's the pitch that's been a problem. Keep throwing that fastball. Eventually you're going to catch up with it. So he's trying to use the other pitches, and they're not over the plate.
Here's the 2-1. And the fastball strike on the outside corner. And the count 2-2. He took something off to throw a strike. It was still fast enough. It was 93. But so 2-2. And Kopech deals. Struck him out swing on a high fastball, way out of the zone. The last 2 strikeouts, Rizzo and Donaldson, were on pitches way out of the strike zone. So second strikeout for Kopech. 3 up, 3 down for the Yanks. End of 2.5. 3-0 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network. Driven by Jeep.
In growing companies, there's 2 kinds of CFOs. The one overwhelmed with manual processes, errors, and lack of control of the numbers. And the one who uses NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. With visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/homerun for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/homerun.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a fun outdoor space. Get cooking with our Charbroil Performance Black 4-burner gas grill at a special value. Was $249, now $199. And add a pop of color with our 2 for $16 select 1.5-gallon basic annuals hanging baskets. Make the most of spring and create a season full of happiness. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Annuals offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Valid 5/5 to 5/11.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV.